Mayol is asking, what is the major target market for this new Yoga 9i?
All right. So for the Yoga 9i, I'm sure it's really very apparent already on how we position the entertainment features. We're really targeting more of the professionals who want not just a work device, but also something that they can use for entertainment and for leisure, basically. So we're targeting more on the higher, parang upmarket na trendsetters that we want to be able to take full use of that convertibility, that flexibility, or that parang diverse ways of using the convertible Yuga 9i laptop.
Okay, on to our next question. Ted Claudio from What's Up PH is asking, given the number of TP and DP ports, how many external screens can you attach?
As far as I know with DisplayPort, Sir Ted, we can get up to 3 external displays that are hooked into Thunderbolt port. So basically, if you really have a lot of screens, like I'm sure yung isang pusa yung display photo dyan, kagaya niya, ganyan. It's really, you can really put a lot of monitors. But of course, for the usability itself, we recommend ng mga nasa at least 3 to 4 monitors for the laptop itself.
Thank you. Jam Ancheta is asking, are the stocks and manufacturing affected for your units because of the lockdown in China?
Joey, you want to take that?
Hi. We don't feel as much of the pressure because of the lockdown in China. We were able to plan ahead. So the 4P team, the product team, Tristan and JB have been planning way ahead in advance. So definitely we have timelines already for our stocks coming in. But so far, so good for everything.
Awesome, awesome. James Humarang from Tech and Lifestyle Journal is asking, what is the edge of the new Yoga 9i compared to its predecessors?
All right. So for the Yoga 9i, compared to its predecessors alone, of course, we've already included an improved rotating soundbar, better display. So for the Yoga 9i from previous generation, it's not really an OLED display. It's a UHD display, but it's LCD only. So yun isa sa mga edge niya. And then of course the speakers are very much different, more powerful and more immersive than before. But comparing it with the environment or the competitors, now maybe this is something that we are focusing on. It's the premiumness of the device, the portability, and of course the smart features like what I mentioned earlier, AI features that allow us to offer more performance versus similarly configured laptops.
Okay, as you mentioned earlier, JB, that there's going to be a 3-year warranty, right? So kumagcow.com, John Bueno is asking, in the 3-year warranty, what does that entail?
Let's just clarify. We have the 2 different parang warranties that are included in the Yoga 9i. You have 3-year premium care, which is standard for all Yoga devices already at this point, and 3-year accidental damage protection. So let's go first to the first one, 3-year premium care. For 3-year premium care, basically premium care lets you experience 24/7 support with our technicians for any issues that you might encounter with the laptop. But also apart from that, you also get on-site support. Like for example, you have an issue with the hardware of your device. Now you just have to call our hotline, and then our technicians will go to you and bring spare parts that will be able to repair the laptop for you. So I'm not sure how many of you have seen that, but I actually posted about that recently on my timeline. I experienced that firsthand, and within 2 days, I was able to have my unit repaired. Okay, and then for the accidental damage protection, that's something of an add-on. So before we were selling accidental damage protection as an additional how many thousand pesos on top of our devices. But now with the Yoga 9i, we're including that free of charge. Included na siya dun sa SRP namin. And that will give you protection against accidental drops. Let's say your laptop was dropped from a table and then yung screen nag-shatter siya. That will be we will be able to cover that with accidental damage protection. Even spills, maybe if you accidentally pour coffee over the laptop. No? So those are the things that are included. And you can also check our website for the exact parameters of the accidental damage protection, because of course, we also have some exceptions to that rule. So again, I also like to reiterate that among the brands that are here in the Philippines, we are the only one to offer 3-year premium care and 3-year accidental damage protection at no cost to the consumers. So we already have that with what we launched last year, the Yoga Slim 7 Carbon 14 AMD version. But now we're adding Yoga 9i to that mix. And hopefully soon we'll be able to introduce more devices that might have some extras on top of what we have already right now.
Awesome. Thank you. Our next question is from Ces Aguila, who's asking, can the Yoga 9i handle fast-paced games like modern warfare and the like?
Okay. For this one, as far as specs go, I'm afraid that it can only run siguro yung mga very casual games, because again, we're positioning this as an entertainment laptop and not a gaming laptop, of course. Some Yoga devices do have discrete graphic cards that can maybe run a few games here and there. But for the Yoga 9i, we focused on portability and thermal performance. So that thin and light, or rather that convertible na thin form factor, can only handle very casual games. Like maybe if you're playing Among Us with your friends or something, maybe that's something that it can handle. But Modern Warfare, it's really just too much hardware demand that we have. But there's also an option. I am not sure if we can have that in the chat, but we do have Legion external GPU enclosures that you can use with a Thunderbolt port, which the Yoga 9i has. So if you need that extra power, maybe you have to get that also.
Our next question is from Nikki Andre from astig.ph, who's asking, is the Google Assistant also an AI possible to use with the laptop? Additional question regarding the voice typing, how is the accuracy regarding for people who are not that good with English?
Okay. For the AI, we don't have Google Assistant there because it's Windows. Of course, it will have Alexa built into the laptop. And this is actually part of Intel Evo as well. But in terms of the voice typing, we do think that this one can be trainable. I think it's a built-in function within Windows 11 already. But as far as I've tried, maybe medyo nag-lisp lang ako or something. Pero na-miss lang yung pronunciation ko just a few times. Pero it's not really inaccurate. It's very accurate as far as I can test.
Wonderful. That's going to be very helpful.
Sorry, pala yung sa Windows 11. Apologies for that.
Our next question is from Tito Edsel. From Tito Edsel, Big Tito is asking, can you mix and match the Yoga 9i with gaming and post-production editing work? Ooh.
Well, yes. Like what I mentioned earlier as an answer to Ces Aguila, you can use the Yoga 9i, of course, with the processor, with the Intel Core i7 1260p. No? I'm not sure how much you already know about the new processors for Intel, but basically, you have performance cores that can handle multi-threaded applications, especially for video editing, of course. But you also can attach an external GPU if you so need to use it for gaming.
Awesome. Our next question is from Philip Andrew Mayo of CebuSfinest.com, asking, any ideal Lenovo Go accessories ideal for Yoga 9i in terms of color or use? And what is the inspiration of the Comfort Edge concept for the new generation?
I just want to clarify, what do you mean in terms of color or use? In terms of use case, kasi of course, being a laptop, you'll need things like maybe an external power, USB Type-C power brick, which we have with Lenovo Go, and also the power bank that we have, Lenovo Go power bank, Lenovo Go laptop power bank that you can use for several Type-C power delivery charging laptops, and of course the mouse that we have with Lenovo Go as well. It's very suitable for that. But in terms of the color, since the Yoga 9i is very unique in that it has an oatmeal color, not far from Debbie's hair's color. So it's a very unique device, and I'm sure the black or the silver colored accessories that we have already can also be a good pair up for that.
Okay. From Julian CB asking, will there be features like PC Connect for Lenovo Yoga laptops?
Right. Okay. hang on, I forgot one question from Philip regarding the Comfort Edge design. Like I just want to go back to that. Thank you for that question, by the way. Basically, what we have for Comfort Edge is really just to focus on the premiumness and the ease of use, and it's not akin. It's not so far from how we view jewelry, basically. So, being that yoga devices are for little bit more upmarket, more premium users, we feel like with a lifestyle approach to our yoga devices, it will be a very perfect partner for our users who will be into those kinds of things.
Okay, so going back to Julian's question once again, will there be features like PC Connect for the Lenovo Yoga line laptops?
Okay, for PC Connect, I think we do have a feature with Windows 11 where you can connect your phones with a Windows 11 PC if that's what you're asking. But in terms of maybe connecting one PC to another, I think that's another question altogether, and maybe I will have to get back to you on that.
Noted. Gadget Filipinas is asking, is the Wi-Fi on the Yoga 9i and other 12th generation Lenovo laptops Wi-Fi 6E slash Wi-Fi 6E2 or just the base Wi-Fi 6802111AX?
So for these devices, actually, since we are certified for Intel Evo for the Yoga 9i, it's powered by the Wi-Fi 6E standard na Wi-Fi already. So yeah, that should answer the question.
Rafi from Tech Patrol is asking, a Best Buy review says that the 9i freezes and becomes unresponsive after 3 minutes. Has this been addressed for the PH market?
Okay, Sir Rafi, yan. So for the Best Buy review, I think it could be an isolated case. And Best Buy, I think, is of course not in the Philippine market. But for the Philippine market, what we have right now, the device we have, is different, of course, from that. And upon testing naman, no, we internally also tested that, as well as for the region, we've already seen that it performs pretty well. So I think it would not be concerned for that one.
Okay, we're down to our final question from Grant Soriano of Gadget Filipinas once more. Is the LPDDR5 memory soldered or user upgradable?
Okay, so for the yoga devices that we're going to introduce, starting with the Yoga 9i, we really had to retain that thin and light form factor. So all of the RAM that we have for the yoga devices is soldered already. So LPDDR5, you cannot really upgrade that anymore with the yoga devices.
Okay, one last question for real now. From C. Cisnero, does Yoga 9i have touchscreens?
Yes, I've mentioned that in the presentation also, since we also are including a pen. It's touch and pen capable as well.